It all starts when I'm in the fifth semester of high school. I had 1 year left to enter the university, and it was time to begin my admission process to the university. I had chosen to study my professional career. My father works at Tec de Monterrey, so he decided that he would study at the institution. So, with his help, I had to write an essay on who was I, how did I myself projected 3, 5, and 10 years from now in the future? What achievements have I had throughout my life? Why did I want to study at the university? And what can I contribute to the tech community as a student? On the other hand, the tech provides students with courses called familiarization workshops, which I attended for about 1 month. These courses covered the subjects of Spanish and mathematics, but my Achilles heel was Spanish. I had a hard time, a lot of work to understand the why of the answers to certain questions. Meanwhile, in the mathematics activities that the teachers gave us, I always got the best grade in the group. I felt firmly confident that when it came to taking my exam admission, I was going to be able to obtain the grade to pass. But the day of the exam arrived. At the end of my exam, I felt extremely confident, but days passed until I received a message to my email notifying me that I had not passed the test and that for therefore I had to repeat the test. This made me feel insecure in myself, and the confidence I had gained, I lost at that very moment. It took me several days to continue studying on my own until I regained some of that confidence. So I decided to attend the familiarization workshops again. It was here where I met my girlfriend, who also, in a certain way, at the time served as a mentor for me. She helped me by explaining the topics and studying in general, but my parents decided to put me in private classes with specialized teachers. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I attended with both teachers and they helped me to understand the structure of the exam and how to solve it in the shortest time possible with high percentage of correct answers. This class process summer of 2022 until the following summer 2023. Despite of I was improving day by day, I began to have problems with the math teacher since her attitude towards me was not the most respectful. So after a few months of taking classes with her, I decided to thank her for her time and for having taught me, but I would not take classes with her again. While with the Spanish teacher, his attitude toward me was always very kind, and you could see in the desire she had to help me to be able to pass the exam. She served to me for a year as my mentor. Then the days and months passed in a little by little in the evaluations that Sandy, my mentor, gave me. I obtained 90 and 100% of the correct answers. I decided to take the exam, and for some reason, I didn't succeed obtain the passing score again. It's worth clarifying that to be admitted to this institution in a general evaluation is carried out. That is the easy that one completes is graded together with an interview and the admission exam. What I understand is that between these three factors, they should add up to around 150 points, but in previous exams that the score I obtained was around 1,100 points. This news of having passed the exam again, of not having passed the exam again, was a blow to me because of my life. I had dreamed of studying at Tech, and I couldn't believe that simply by not obtaining the necessary score, I was going to miss out on the opportunity to belong to the tech community, which in turn caused discontent and fear in my parents, since if a student takes the exam 3 times and cannot pass it, he cannot study at the institution on another occasion, since the record remains in the system. I didn't want to say goodbye to that dream, so I continued with the consoling, and finally, despite sleeplessness, scolding, and many sacrifice of going out with friends to have fun to studying on Friday night, the appointment to take the exam, what happened was that I show up, and before starting the exam, I wanted with all my desire that this time I would be able to pass the test. After 3 long hours, I finished the test, and my parents decided that because of my effort and my sacrifices, it was the best go on a trip to Querétaro. After that trip of about a week, we returned to the city, and one day, when I was alone in my house, I received the email with the final results. It was time to know if I was going to belong and be part of the family from the Monterey. I was so scared and anxious at the same time to know, but finally I opened that email and the confetti jumped on the screen of my cell phone. And then I received the message that it belonged to Tech Monterey. I was so happy that all my sacrifices and efforts that I put in for a whole year finally paid off. So I called my dad on the phone to tell him the news. And as soon as I heard his voice, I started crying because my dream had come true. And my dad, I was also very happy. After an hour, my mother came home and I showed her the email. So to celebrate this news, my mother took me to it with my entire family. What followed after the exam was to take more tests in order to know what level I had in some areas of study due to the career I wanted to study. After making my schedule and meeting my new university classmates, the first one arrived day of school, so I met up with a friend named Eduardo. We liked each other very well since we met, and now we are best friends. Somehow, this first year of university has gone by very quickly because I have enjoyed all the subjects so far. Also, the last semester, I failed a subject called calculus. I had to retake that subject in the winter of last year. I didn't want to drag the subject, and while everyone was on vacation, I was studying, which in a way helped me a little to understand more of the facilitate some subjects that I have studied this semester. But again, I failed another subject again. Obviously, I don't like the fact to fail subjects, but they are difficult for me. That is no matter how much I want to complete the subject. I simply cannot get what I want, but I didn't give up. So I applied to it, and on this occasion, I managed to pass it. To finish, I just want to say that my strengths are that I never give up, that no matter how much life throws me obstacles, and I always avoid them, that I have the support of my family, my girlfriend, and my friends. I returned and now became somehow, despite his defeats, was able to handle them as a learning experience, and now I know more. I have more experience and more confidence than ever in myself.